I want you to close your eyes for a second and think of your clearest childhood memory, the one you'd swear happened exactly as you remember it. Got it? Now open your eyes. What if I told you that memory never happened the way you think it did? And what if this isn't just your brain being forgetful, but something far stranger, a glitch in reality itself that's rewriting your past without you knowing it? You know that moment when you are absolutely certain you left your keys on the kitchen counter, but they are nowhere to be found. Or when you get into an argument with a family member because you both remember the same event completely differently. Most people chalk this up to normal memory being unreliable. But what if I told you these moments aren't random brain failures? They are evidence of something breaking reality at the quantum level. Here is what's happening. Every time you recall a memory, you're not just accessing a file in your brain like a computer. You are quantum observing it. And in quantum mechanics, the act of observation changes what you are observing. Think about it. Have you noticed these memory glitches happening more often lately? Your phone constantly prompting you with memories, AI suggesting what happened in your photos, everyone sharing different versions of the same event on social media. But before you can understand how to protect yourself from this quantum interference, you need to see just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Remember Nelson Mandela? Most people know he died in 2013, but thousands of people, intelligent, educated people, vividly remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. They remember the news coverage, the funeral, the protests. The internet calls this the Mandela Effect and dismisses it as false memories. But what if they are not wrong? What if they are remembering a timeline that quantum mechanics erased? Here is where it gets wild. In quantum physics, particles exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed. What if human consciousness, which we still don't fully understand, operates the same way? What if our memories exist in quantum superposition until we collapse them by remembering? Now, add technology to the mix. Every day, you're exposed to thousands of digital memories, photos that auto enhance themselves, AI that corrects what it thinks you meant to capture, search algorithms that show you what they think you want to remember rather than what actually happened. Your smartphone isn't just storing your memories, it's editing them in real time. And if memory formation is quantum, then digital interference could be creating quantum static in your neural networks. But if your memories are being constantly rewritten by quantum interference, what does that mean for who you are as a person? Think about your sense of self for a moment. Who are you? If you really dig into it, your identity is built on your memories, the experiences that shaped you, the lessons you learned, the relationships you've built. But if those memories are unreliable, if they are being quantum edited without your consent, then who are you really? I talked to Sarah, a marriage counselor, who told me she's seeing a new type of relationship crisis. Couples coming in not because they are fighting about the future, but because they can't agree on their past. They have completely different memories of their first date and their wedding day, conversations they had last week. It's not that one person is lying, she told me. It's that they both genuinely remember different versions of the same events. And when you can't trust your shared history, how do you build a future together? This isn't just affecting relationships, it's breaking down society itself. eyewitness testimony, historical records, even scientific observations could all be compromised if human memory is quantum and technology is interfering with that quantum state. We are potentially facing a world where shared reality dissolves because everyone's past is constantly being rewritten. So, how do you stay grounded when the ground keeps shifting under your feet? Here is the thing about quantum interference it requires uncertainty to work. The more precisely you can anchor your memories in external reality, the less quantum drift you'll experience. And this next part, I want you to take it as an experiment. First technique, the memory anchor system. After every significant event, immediately write these specific details. One visual, one emotional, and one physical sensation. Don't just write had dinner with mom. Write mom wore her blue cardigan with a missing button. I felt grateful when she laughed at my joke. The pasta was slightly overcooked and stuck to my teeth. The quantum field can mess with vague impressions, but specific multisensory details create stronger neural pathways that resist interference. Second, shared verification networks. This is crucial for relationships. Create a shared memory practice with important people in your life. After significant conversations or events, both people independently write down what happened, then compare notes immediately. Not to argue about who's right, but to create multiple quantum observations of the same event. Third, external reality anchoring. Take more photos, but not the kind you usually take. Document the mundane moments. What your coffee looked like this morning. The exact words of a conversation. The weather when something important happened. These external anchors serve as quantum lighthouses in the storm of memory drift. But here is the most important part, and this is what most people miss. You need to regularly revisit these anchors. Set a monthly memory maintenance practice where you go back through your documented experiences. This isn't nostalgia, it's quantum reinforcement. You are strengthening the neural pathways and reducing the probability that quantum interference can rewrite your past. The goal isn't perfect memory. That's impossible in a quantum universe. The goal is conscious participation in your own memory formation instead of letting random quantum static edit your life story. Your memories make you who you are. In a world where quantum glitches are rewriting reality, the people who consciously protect their memories will be the ones who maintain their identity, their relationships, and their sanity. The quantum age isn't coming, it's already here. The question is, are you going to be a passive victim of memory drift, or are you going to build a fortress around your sense of self?